Hello, and welcome to another episode of Miserymas. If you're feeling miserable in the run-up to Christmas, you are in the right place. Today we are going to do an Agony Leena. This is usually a bigger video on my channel where I answer all your existential style questions that are kind of a little bit agony-aunt. Or agony-aunt. Oh my god, why did I go so southern then? How embarrassing. Today we are answering a question I'm very passionate about from Charlotte. Any advice for being deeply in love with your best friend who you can never be with? I know in my brain that it can never happen and I've accepted that now, but my heart still aches and I can't shake off how much I love them. We spend time together and I love them as a friend, but I still wish I could have spent my life with them. What happens if I have to go to their wedding? How do I live with it? Let me ask you what your favourite films growing up were. Were they Love, Rosie, A Walk to Remember, another beautifully executed, undeniably wonderful, but slightly formulaic rom-com in which one person secretly loves the other one and then the other one never knows that they love them and they never say it, and then finally at the end of the film they say it and they all both realise that they're supposed to be together. Was it? I have been in this situation and lost so many years to this so many times. I want to say upwards of 5. If I was gonna have like one romantic foil, I think this would be it. And I'm so passionate about talking about it now because I feel like I didn't understand myself or the premise of love while doing it. In that, affection is one thing, admiration is something. What you are not, I'm afraid, is in love, because love requires active participation. And I think my look at this idea of unrequited love and being in love with your best friend and they don't love you back has been really impacted around conversations around consent. Not to say that it's like inherently bad to fantasize about being with somebody that you're not with, but this prolonged obsession and elongation where you fantasize about doing something, not just sexually, but like being with somebody. You're essentially fantasizing about somebody doing something they have already expressed that they do not want to do. Wow. Like, you know, like it's not bad to like have fantasies, but like to repeatedly put myself through this thing where I fantasized about somebody feeling a different way to the way they actually felt. Oh my God. And this also came up with somebody else's question about how to get closure from a relationship with somebody else. And the problem is, to get closure when you've ended a relationship with somebody, it only comes from you because you're no longer working as a team. And when it comes to unrequited love, I think the same thing is true. You're kind of like hoping that the situation will resolve itself, one, by them admitting that they are in fact in love with you, or by you just magically getting over it, but also looking to them to help you get over it. And it is because you are solo in this situation, any connection with that person in the way you want it to is fictional. Fictional. That's what I didn't get into my head. I was like, this is just a possibility that I'm hoping is true and exploring with my brain. No, it's a fiction. That's very different. Oh my God. This book, which I've recommended before, The Joy of Being Selfish by Michelle Elman, had this line in it that I was like, ooh! It has a lot of lines in it like that, but this one in particular. Emotions are designed to be temporary. It is the inability to process them that keeps the energy stuck in our bodies. So when we're stuck in this loop of loving somebody, we're not really stuck, I think, because there's some destined way we're supposed to feel, but because we refuse to accept the fact that it's not going to happen, even on a subliminal level, we are not processing it. And I think that it can be processed as grief, to be honest. It can be absolutely devastating and connected to your sense of self-worth. Actually, instead of obsessing about something, having to admit that you're just inherently a little bit lonely right now and you need more people around you. You need structures and communities and framework that you don't have, and instead you're fantasizing about this one person who will give you all of that. But processing is key. And also, forever mad at Maisie Peters for only bringing this song out after I had got over all my unrequited love dramas. The John Hughes movie song where it's like, but if you don't want me, then you're not the one. So simple. And yet, couldn't grasp that for like 25 years of my life. What? We often get this thing in our head that there is a one and this person is suited to us, but consent is involved. If they don't want you, then they're not it. And I don't know why that is so hard for our brains to understand, mainly because of all of these rom-coms penetrating our brains with their wonderfulness. And it's not the fault of the rom-coms, they just captured me in a weird way, especially Love Rosie. I don't know what it was about that film, but yeah, it really got me. So if you're going through this, my heart goes out to you. Humans are inherently strange, and we often buy into loads of different fictions. Some people buy into capitalism, some people buy into the success of the universal nuclear family. You've bought into the love of your best friend who doesn't love you back. It's okay to have bought into it, it's okay to live in fictions, but knowing that is your escape route, I promise. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you tomorrow, and I saw you yesterday. If you haven't caught up on all the Vlogmas videos, they are here. Thank you so much for watching, especially to the Gumption Club who make these videos possible. Frog snog out!